Okay, welcome back, guys. And we have another article that I've just found. This article was published 6 hours ago, so about the same time as my other video that was released today for Zack Snyder and Netflix. So, hmm, yeah, as you can tell from this title, it's 8 movies we're worried about at the 2024 box office. Hmm, interesting. So, uh, 2024 promises to be a big year for the global box office with several major releases from every studio, but some films may struggle to turn a profit. By Ben Gibbons, published 6 hours ago, as of making this video. In summary, Argyle may struggle to meet its potential $200 million budget due to limited marketing and the challenge of attracting an audience unfamiliar with the original IP. I think I'm unfamiliar with the original IP. I guess it's one of those ones that I just was never interested in, to be honest. Uh, and Lisa Frankenstein, I say it properly. It's Frankenstein, not Frankenstein. Marked as a horror rom-com, might have difficulty finding its target audience and needs to sell tickets to succeed. Well, judging from the fact that it's Lisa Frankenstein, I'm going to say it's got a message heavily involved. And then the release of Craven the Hunter could face challenges as the Sony Spider Man universe has yet to take off, and the film's delay may impact marketing expenses and excitement for the project. I don't think the Sony Spider Man has had any problems, to be honest. I think they're some of the better Marvel productions, if you ask me. Even though it's done by Sony and not Marvel Studios, it's still under the Marvel banner, right? Um, yeah, I'm not sure. 2024 is shaping up to be another big year for the global box office with some great new releases, but there are also several films coming that could be in danger of flopping. Global theatre sales appear to finally be returning to pre COVID levels. It's funny how they keep coming up with this pre COVID levels. They're probably never going to reach the same level as they were before that, resulting in major releases that studios are investing hundreds of millions in. In 2021, just one movie managed to cross the $1 billion threshold, but 2022 and 2023 saw 5 more releases hit the milestone. Which ones? Which releases hit the $1 billion mark in 2023 and 2022? What ones? I don't know what they're talking about. I don't think they do either. With 2022's Avatar, The Way of Water even managing more than 2 billion. Well, when you wait over a decade for a sequel, wouldn't you go and see it regardless of how bad it was? And it was actually a very bad movie. I'm glad I didn't pay to see it in the cinema. With moviegoers clearly willing to venture out to the cinema for the latest releases, the total box office figures are once again climbing. But despite a varied release, sorry, I'm not a very good reader, I've said that before, a varied release of new movies coming in 2024, some movies may fail to hit their targets. Well, that's not an uncommon thing these days, is it? This could be down to several films competing over the same release window, lack of marketing, or potentially lack of audience interest from viewers. Um, Lisa Frankenstein might be one of those. Whatever the film is, a brand new IP or a returning franchise, several movies could potentially miss their mark in 2024. Number 8, Argyle Release date February 2nd, 2024. I'm not going to play the video. I'm not going to play the trailer. Argyle, starring Henry Cavill. It's probably one of the only reasons why people go and see it, because it's got Henry Cavill in it. As the international super spy with a distinct haircut, and Bryce Dallas Howard as the writer with the mysterious ability to write real life events, is releasing in February. However, with the film due to release early in 2024, and marketing around the project at a minimum, because they spent too much on the film and they haven't got anything left for the advertising or marketing, it may not get the returns and the potential $200 million budget will require. See, this is the problem. I've always said it. High budgets, low returns, right? Via IMDb. Well, that's questionable anyway, but I follow IMDb more than anything else when it comes to movies and shows. The movie is an original IP. Is it though? Because I'm pretty sure that they mentioned up here. Unfamiliar with the original IP. I'm pretty sure I remember something called Argyle being released a while back, but I was never interested in it. But with more moviegoers opting to see established franchises, Argyle needs to do more to attract an audience that doesn't know what to expect from the movie. Well, isn't that why you go to a movie? Because you don't know what to expect? I mean, part of the entertainment thing is being surprised, right? So Lisa Frankenstein. And remember, Frankenstein was the doctor, not the monster. Okay. Lisa Frankenstein is coming out just before Valentine's Day. Convenient. And although the movie is being marketed as a horror rom-com, it could struggle to find the right audience. Well, I mean, horror and rom-com don't tend to work well together anyway. Oh dear. The movie would certainly fit in with an October release with other Halloween season movies, but whether stars Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse can draw the audiences to see the self-proclaimed coming of rage story remains to be seen as a reimagining of the classic Frankenstein story. It looks funny and fresh, but it also needs to sell tickets. So Lisa Frankenstein is a goth, right? So it looks like a goth. I'm not gonna bother playing it. But if you want to see the teaser trailer, then look it up. I'm not gonna. I'll probably do a reaction to it at some point, but I'm just not going to do it today. Madame Web. Oh, this is going to be fun. February 14th, 2024. Oh, this just looks terrible. This just looks absolutely terrible. I'm going to have fun making a video for that. I will actually go to the cinema and watch it for you guys. It's one of the films I've selected to go and see. February already appears to be a dense month for potentially large releases. Joining the lineup on Valentine's Day itself is Madame Web. Sony has struggled on multiple occasions to get their Sony Spider-Man universe, SSU, to take off. Really? Like I've said, I mean, the Sony Spider-Man movies have been probably the best Marvel-esque movies that they've had. And like I said, they're still under the Marvel banner, right? And it appears they are hoping for Madame Web to finally change that. It won't. It won't. The film will finally see the introduction of actual spider-powered characters. What, Spider-Man doesn't have spider powers? Really? Spider-Man isn't spider powered. Right, okay. I mean, fine. If you believe that. And introduce a younger version of Uncle Ben. Younger, is it a sequel, or is it a spin-off, or is it a prequel? Madame Web could be the movie to turn things around for Sony. I don't think Sony has a particularly big problem with their movies, to be honest. And with another two SSU films coming later in the year, it needs to be. See, this is the thing, right? They're trying to put everything on, say, Sony, because everyone's pissed off with Marvel movies, right? So when it comes to the Sony universe, they're trying to put pressure on that and say, look, these are the bad ones, but Marvel ones are the better ones. So, but you take Disney out of the picture and you have Sony. They're much better movies. They're better written, they're better directed, and they're better produced. Full stop. I prefer the Sony universe over the Marvel one. To be honest, I'm being honest. Apart from up until back until say the Avengers Endgame, that's sort of where it went downhill for the movies. What else? The shows, most of the shows would be really bad. For example, Secret Invasion should have stayed a secret. But anyway, let's move on. So, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Why are they worried about Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire? I think that, to be honest, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire is probably one of the most anticipated movies of 2024. I wouldn't have said that would have they would have problems getting people in the cinema. I mean, I'm going to go and see it, and I don't go and see movies that often because one, it's been too expensive up until this point, and actually in the UK, the prices have actually dropped now to try and encourage people to go and see movies. So that's a part of the reason why I'm going to be able to go and do it. But Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire, I mean, with the success of Afterlife, and loads of people can say it wasn't a success. So compared to a lot of the other films that we've had, or most films that we've had, it is more successful. So I mean, you'd have to look at the ratings and that, but I wouldn't trust Rotten Tomatoes as far as I could throw them. IMDb is questionable when it comes to ratings. Especially when you get someone, they put a 5-star review, 5 stars or 3 stars, and then in the thing they say it's a 10-star, but it doesn't go up to 10 stars. But I don't know. So Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire will continue the story after Ghostbusters Afterlife, which that's good. I mean, I like that idea, and it will also feature the original cast alongside the newcomers. Afterlife managed to earn a respectful $200 million on a budget of 75. I mean, that's the point right there that I was trying to make. It did extremely well by more than doubling its budget, essentially. But to keep the franchise going, Frozen Empire needs to earn even more, considering the fact that the movie is releasing on the same day as the family-friendly Kung Fu Panda 4, which I won't go and see because I'm not interested in Kung Fu Panda 4. 1 and 2 were fine. 3, nah. And the potentially more intriguing for older audiences, Mickey 17. Mickey 17. Why have I not heard of Mickey 17? What is this Mickey 17? Starring Robert Pattinson, and directed by Bong Joon-ho, Frozen Empire could struggle. No, I don't think Frozen Empire will struggle, to be honest. I think Frozen Empire will probably do better than Kung Fu Panda 4. That's what I think. That's a prediction. Let's see what happens when they come out, right? See if I'm right. And I will make a note of that. Now that I have a notepad, I will put it on the back page so I know it's separate. Get the pen. All right, I predict Ghostbusters will outperform. Let's put outperform. Sounds better. Kung Fu Panda 4. Do video stroke live after ratings released. There we go. So after that is released, I will do a video and answer and see if my prediction was right. We'll see how it goes, shall we? So I've just written that down on the back of my pad, so I will remember it, so it doesn't get in, so I don't rip the page out or something like that. So it's on the back in the back of the pad. But I predict that Kung Fu Panda will be obliterated by Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'm just saying. Number 4, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, May 24th. Wait, when was Ghostbusters coming out? March. Okay. March 29th. Okay, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I'm actually looking forward to that. I quite like the Planet of the Apes films. A lot of people don't like it. They still, I do like the originals. Don't get me wrong, but I think that these Planet of the Apes films have been done pretty well. And I hope that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is going to be done as well as the previous ones. But again, here we go. Again, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is being released alongside 2 other major films that corner different parts of the market. Furiosa, the Mad Max saga, with a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. I'm going to go and see that for a simple reason: making a video. I'm not looking forward to it. And Garfield, not interested in Garfield, to be honest, starring Chris Pratt. Even though it's got Chris Pratt in it, I'm not interested in Garfield. Will be released on the same day as Kingdom, which is now the 4th installment of the rebooted franchise. In addition, the last entry, War of the Planet of the Apes, saw a marked decrease in earnings from the previous one. Well, that's because War for the Planet of the Apes was not the best one by far. It was actually, I'm not surprised it wasn't. It was underperforming. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So it had a decrease in earnings from the previous one, which was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, well, that's understandable. A lot of times sequels will drop the viewing ratings, right? The movie will also move beyond Caesar, which doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Caesar's life was established. The central protagonist of the earlier entries, yeah, of course, yeah, it was about Caesar, which may cause another drop in viewers. I doubt that. I doubt that will be the reason for the drop in viewers. I think the only possibility for the drop in viewers would likely be bad directing and poor writing, essentially. But yeah, right. And let's move on. Number 3, August 16th, 2024. So I like the Planet of the Apes movies. I'm just saying. So Alien Romulus, August 16th, 2024. Now, I'm looking forward to this by far because it's an alien film. And it'll be nice to see some more in that universe. So yeah, I mean, the Alien franchise has been going since 1979. Yeah, since a year before I was born. I was born in 1980. But most of the movies that have considerable success from come from either the creator Ridley Scott. Not really, not really. There's actually a thing going around saying that if you want to make a good Alien movie, don't involve Ridley Scott. Legendary director James Cameron saying similar thing. Otherwise, the franchise appears to. Otherwise, the franchise appears to be going stale for audiences with the most recent film, Alien Covenant. Well, it's not really a recent film, is it? It was the last film. They haven't made one since Covenant, have they? Not an Alien film. They've made Predator films, but they haven't made an Alien film. So they haven't continued the Alien franchise. They've only continued the Predator part of the Alien universe, right? Uh, Only managing to pull in 75 million at the box office. Yeah, but it's not a new film. So I mean, you can't compare it with one of the worst films that they made in the franchise. Because I think that's pretty poor if they try and do that. So 75 million at the box office in 2017. See, there's the point. It's 2017 for crying out loud. Via Box Office Mojo. Okay. Alien Romulus has a new cast and a new director and takes the franchise in a new direction, which may be enough for viewers to reignite the spark or intrigue of intrigue. Now, there's no reason to say that because the people want another Alien movie, right? We want more Alien. Full stop. But unless the trailer is incredibly promising, it could struggle to make a dent at the 2024 box office. I don't see. I mean, it's a thing like in these day and age, it's all to do with the directing and the writing. Now, as long as they've got a good director and a good writer, or good writers who won't push the message, I think that's the ultimate way to get a successful movie. And just don't involve don't rely on the message. Don't have the message imprinted in the story because there's no point. I mean, people are getting sick and tired of the message. But I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are as well. Right, so number 2, Craven the Hunter. I'm not entirely sure about this. Um, it might be interesting, but it's another one. It's the Sony Spider-Man universe, right? So I don't know about Craven the Hunter, but Craven the Hunter is finally being released in August 2024 after being hinted at and rumored for many years prior, with the first solid update coming way back in 2018 via The Rab. The movie will star Aaron Taylor Johnson as the titular Craven and will explore his mission to become the greatest hunter in the world. The movie has a lot of promise, well, I guess, but as with Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius, the SSU has yet to take off, which could spell disaster for the project. See, I liked the Venom movies. The second one wasn't as good as the first one. I didn't really like Morbius, but that's besides the point. So the movie released a 3-minute trailer in June 2023 before Craven the Hunter's release date was pushed back by almost a year from October 2023 due to the strike, maybe. This delay alone could cost the film dearly in marketing expenses. Well, no. If you delay the film, then it might actually benefit the film because people will still want to see it, but they'll want to see it more. You know. Uh, and trying to drum up excitement for the project again nearer the time of release. With so much money spent on marketing on top of production, the movie will have to exceed expectations and dominate the box office to be a success. Do you notice how this part of the article, they don't mention the budget for this movie, whereas they did for a couple of other ones? Number one, Venom 3, November 8th, 2024. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like the Venom movies. So finally, in November 2024, the SSU will conclude its most prolific year to date with the third and final entry in the Venom trilogy. Although Tom Hardy's character may continue to appear in other projects, the series is coming to an end. The first film in the series was released in 2018 and managed to earn an impressive $856 million against its $116 million budget. See, there you go. See, that essentially that's almost made $1 billion. That shows how successful it was, right? But do you notice how when it came to the Craven, they don't mention the budget, right? And it's the same universe essentially, right? The SSU. Is that questionable? So, despite the success, the budget decreased slightly to $110 million for the sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage. And while the movie managed to match domestic box office earnings for the original, it took about 40% less globally via the numbers. This significant trend downwards doesn't spark confidence for Venom 3, however, being the final entry for the series and following up two other Sony Spider-Man universe films, Sony Spider-Verse, the film may see box office success if everything aligns. But you see what I mean this is Screen Rant, and I think that they talk about the budgets on films that they don't like or something, because they don't with Craven, and that's something we've not seen on the big screen. So they haven't mentioned the budget, but they've mentioned the fact that it was supposedly finished last year or something like that. But I mean, Alien Romulus, they talk about the Alien Covenant, which is one of the most unsuccessful of the Alien movies, in my opinion. Still part of the franchise. And then you got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, where they don't talk about the budget. Ghostbusters, they talk about the budgets. So you can see where they look, Madam Web. They do not talk about the budgets, but they know what the budgets are. I mean, I could easily find out what the budgets were if they, released by Disney or Marvel. But the fact that this is supposed to be part of the SSU, so Disney are not involved, but the message is still going to be there. Lisa Frankenstein, same thing. No, they don't mention a budget. Argyle, $200 million budget. I think when they mention the budgets in this list, I think that's the one they want them to fail, right? Because they think that people see how much the budget is, and that's it, right? But we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Oh God. I don't know what to make too. I don't make too much from that, but I mean, like I said, I am going to open that up again. I predicted that Ghostbusters will outperform Kung Fu Panda, even though it's released on the same day. And I will do a video or a live after the ratings are released. So I'll give it a week after, see what it looks like, and then I will do a video, and we'll see if my predictions are right. See, there's my notepad. There's my terrible little notepad, but I'm getting more. I'm getting bigger. These are just quick notepad. So yeah, we will see how that goes. My plan is to get a decent pad, an A4 pad with a case and a pen with a light on it, so that when I'm watching a movie in the cinema, I can just write stuff down as I'm watching it, and then so I'll just take notes, and then when I get back, make the video. Probably I might do it live. I don't know. It depends on what you guys think. So don't forget, guys. Any comment down below any thoughts, ideas, or suggestions, and please don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you like this video, because it really helps out the algorithm, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and select all the notification bells so you don't miss any upcoming content. And as always, guys, stay safe, take care, and may the Schwartz be with you always.